I think it's I think it's a very, very strong possibility. But you've got to get over this hump, get over this presidential hump, and in all likelihood, they'll go in December. But then the question is, how quickly do they want to go into 2017? We had this idea they'd do 2 or 3 times over the next 12 months. And they should really start in December. Do
you think that that's still going to be the case? Because I know expectations are rapidly changing, that whether or not we see anything in December, we might not see anything next year.
I mean, I would argue it's going to be data dependent, just like the Fed would argue that. And that is a very good get-out-of-jail ticket. But I think the momentum is getting stronger. And what is more important is the inflation picture is actually getting to the point where 2 to 2.5% next year is looking increasingly likely. So that's the thing that they have to look to. They have to get ahead of events, right? But again, the other thing that the Fed has been doing is they've been paying a lot more attention to what's going on outside the US. They paid a lot of attention to Brexit, they paid a lot of attention to China, and those were the kind of things that made them pause a little bit. Is next year going to bring any more surprises? Probably, but given where they are right now, the economy's healed well, they're growing well, inflation is ticking up, all the signs are there for them to be able to do what they want, and they could.
Luke, are you changing your positioning at all ahead of the US election? I mean, I know you focus in on emerging markets, but obviously the US election and expectations there are having an influence on the global market.
We did a couple of things. One of the things we focused on was our interest rate positioning, our duration positioning overall. We did not have any very strong views on position, but what we did do, we did anticipate rates going up a little bit. Part of the healing process, part of the inflation expectations rising. So we tried to reduce duration, interest rate exposure a little bit, but also we've trimmed our credit exposure. Credit's had a very good year, emerging markets have had a very good year, and at the margin, we've brought some of that risk down. We're just building a little bit more firepower, a little bit more cash, a little bit more of a cushion going into the last few months of this year and going into the first part of next year.